Hey guys, this is going to be a food vlog because of what I had for dinner. I took a recipe from the Northway book that I've been working on and made something from that. Basically, what it was roasted chicken with a rice dish, and basically the rice dish had basically, you know, rice, of course, shredded mint leaf, slivered almonds, and red grapes. And then it also had a pear dish. And basically it was called pear salad. And all it was a cored sliced pear with honey and pecorino romano cheese. I also had a side salad because I wanted a side salad. But boy was it delicious and very satisfying. I wouldn't say filling to the point where I was stuffed, but I was full. I had enough. I mean, what I had was enough to fill me up. Um, of course, mom enjoyed it. Surprisingly, the only thing she had to comment about was the rice was a little dry. Um, well, she made the balsamic. I can't pronounce it. I don't remember how to spell it, but it was a type of long grain rice that supposed to be one of the healthier rices on the menu, basically. Um, as y'all know, I communicate with Jerry Ann a lot, and one of the things that she was concerned about was the carb ratio because her eye doctor wants her to lower or remove all carbs from her diet, which I don't see how you can do because a lot of the different foods. I'm sorry, I'm moving my camera around. A lot of the different foods out there have a even vegetables, fruit, yogurt, a lot of different various food items has a percentage of carbs. Now, I decided to go online to look at information I could on no carb to low carb diets. Well, every website that I looked at, and a lot of them were reputable. A lot of them were reputable sources, and had a lot of connections to um, dietary doctors or various people within the medical field that deal with varying types of diets for varying types of people, like diabetics or people with hyperglycemia, which I have. Um, so they basically warned against eating no carbs because what will happen is the less carbs you intake, the more likely you can go into what they call um, somebody called it ketosis, but I forgot exactly what the doctor said, and the information said, and basically what they're saying is if you go into this whatever it is because you're not eating or consuming enough carbs, is your body will start to burn the fats that are already in your body, the fat reserves or whatever. And what could happen with fat is it could cause a spike or dramatic drop in your insulin level, your naturally occurring insulin levels. So they warn anybody who's either on insulin or type 2 diabetic that are on various kinds of medication like Jardians, and they listed like three different ones. The reason why Jardians stuck in my mind is because I think Jerry Ann was at one point in time on Jardians, but she's on something else. So they kind of warn against the factor of eating less or no carbs could be not really catastrophically dangerous, but something that you have to monitor on a regular basis and possibly talk to your doctor. So I'm concerned if she wants to basically go on a no carb diet that it's going to cause issues which may look like her blood level, her insulin, her glucose levels are higher than they should be. So of course, once we get back, once Journey, I get Journey back here from Texas, it's going to be one of the many subjects on topic to discuss. That and well, one of the things that a lot of these dietary people, planners, whatever, talk about, talking too much. One of the things they talk about is exercise, physical fitness. And there was one of them that I looked at where you clicked on a button and it takes you to Norma or some planner, some person who basically asks you a bunch of questions about your desire, your goals, your eating habits, your physical habits, basically everything they could without getting too personal on your habits and your medical background and your plans and your goals. And it comes up with a what diet would be good for you type thing. And of course, they also say pay $14.95 a month or something like that, and you can get monthly food plans and shopping plans and all that, which I wasn't going to do because I'm just looking for information. But anyhow, they said the perfect diet for me, would have been a paleo diet, and I just kind of went, what? I'm just looking for information. I'm not trying to get on a diet plan because two reasons why. Sorry, I'm getting a combination of hiccups and needing to yawn. Right now, the diet that I'm currently trying seems to be good. The food and whatnot. You really won't see any kind of results for a couple weeks. So I'm like, how can I get Jan to let me have like my idea, basically my idea, which I tried to talk to Jerry Ann about, and she said we'll see, is I'll make the foods according to what I've learned to continue to try, and we may have to modify or tweak them a little bit where where I get my foods that I think I'll like and try and want to try, and then just add extra vegetable or extra protein or something like that for Jerry Ann's needs. So I think right now I've got everything not really mastered, but I think I've got a good enough understanding and grasp of the concept that I can continue on the way I'm continuing while allowing Joanne to make an extra vegetable or add a side salad like I did tonight or something like that. Thinking about the foods, I'm starting to salivate, which is causing issues with my speech. I'm sorry. But doing what we need to do to satisfy everybody. Mom right now seems to be happy with most of what I've been making. The only one dish that we weren't really satisfied and don't think we're going to try again was the salmon. I don't know if it's because of the fact that I cooked it wrong or what the deal was. But the salmon was way too bland, and the cucumber salad type dish was just a little too bitter, I guess, for Mom, because it was basically basically you boiled apple cider vinegar, added some dill or some other kind of herb, and then poured it over the cucumbers and ate that. And I didn't mind it too much. It was just a little on. It was not really that it was too bitter or too sour tasting. It was different. But the salmon definitely was not something that I liked. So I don't think we're going to do salmon again. I would like to try either cod or some other kind of fish. Or maybe I will attempt, since I do have another piece of salmon, maybe I'll attempt to do it again and try it for myself, but use less water because it was supposed to be more steamed than boiled, I guess you'd say. Now, I know a lot of you have given me great ideas like broiling it or cooking it a different way. So I'll see what happens with the next piece. In fact, I think the next piece is a little bit smaller, and I don't think it will feed both me and mom. But we have next week's menu planned. Tomorrow is going to be not really a fin. Well, it's a fin for yourself, but I'm going to try to make something from the recipes to try for myself because I don't think mom will be interested. Um, one of the items that I want to try is a sandwich. They call it a two bread sandwich, and basically what it is you take a slice of rye and then a slice of either pumpernickel or sourdough, and you put on the bread basically Dijon mustard and hummus. Just the mustard, just the hummus. Put the two pieces of bread and eat it that way. That's what I might try tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see. But I am leaving to go down to Texas a week from Monday. And we will leave out of there Tuesday midday thereabouts. So Monday basically we'll go see everybody, say hi, how you guys doing? Gather up Jerry Ann's stuff if she hasn't done it herself. And spend the night in a hotel that, because we've earned enough points, it will be free. Yay, free hotel. And free stay at the Hamptons basically. And then we're going to leave Tuesday midday thereabouts, sometime in between rushes basically. It's probably like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning instead of 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. And we're going to take a different route. And we're going to drive basically main roads through Tulsa to Oklahoma City. We may or may not stay on the other side of Oklahoma. She said, depending on how she feels, and I said, well, no. We've got GPS. If we're going to go main highways, I'm going to just have to face my fears and see how much of it I can drive before I go, no, can't do this. Nope. But if we do that, we'll be driving probably won't get back here until like midnight, 1 a.m. if we do that. If we do just like you drive part way, I'll drive the rest of the way. Because if I remember my route from years on past, once you get past Oklahoma City, the only major city you may have to drive through, and you don't even have to drive through it because you go kind of like north of it, would be Springfield, Missouri. Joplin is north of the highway. Springfield is kind of south of the highway. So you'd be like skirting the outskirts of those two towns, those two cities. But I'm just kind of like being going back there to be the navigator, assistant driver if she needs any kind of like, my eyes are bugging me, let's pull over and change positions. But since we'll be going a new route instead of our usual route, I may be awake for the whole thing instead of half awake, half asleep once we get past the cities and everything starts getting boring. Seen this, done this kind of thing. But I'm looking forward to the trip. Yes, I am a little on the nervous side because Texas is becoming a problem again, or it just didn't stop, but this time around it's coming back around. It's coming back around type thing. Um, as for Jerry's, and I know a couple of you, and I wish you guys would worry about it, because a couple of you have asked my concerns about Jerry spending because she's gone to. Those of you who watch Jerry Ann's channel know that she's gone to a couple Dollar Trees and at least one or two 99-cent stores, and it's fine. We have the money in reserve. Most of it is going to help out people that we know that need to be helped. I know a couple of you said I shouldn't be talking about it, but you know what? It doesn't matter because if Jerry hasn't said it on her channel, I'm going to just say it on mine to basically put the worried busybodies who are overly concerned about what she's doing to rest. There's one other thing I was going to address and I forgot what it was. I don't remember exactly what it was, so I guess it's not important. What is important is the fact that thank you for being concerned, but it's not necessary. We usually have our plans, we usually have our preset financial situations before we go off on a trip. She only had one minor issue while she was out there because one of our credit cards thought it was a fraudulent ordeal, and it wasn't. It was just a mistake in processing. That didn't affect her. We forgot to call that particular credit card and say, hey, I'm going to be in Texas for a short period of time in the Houston region. She forgot to do that. And it was one of her store cards. That's kind of odd that one of her store cards did that. Anyhow, we are diligent and we are patient and we are mindful of what we are doing. The only downside that I kind of like looked at and went, yeah, well, we have over a month or so. Granted, I'm probably not going to. It's my 49th, so we're probably not going to throw an extravagant birthday party on my 49th birthday. We'll wait until my 50th to worry about that, and we're hoping that by the time my 50th rolls around, some of our plans that have to do with YouTube and other sources of income, mostly YouTube. Hopefully by the time my 50th rolls around, YouTube will start leveling out. She'll start making the money she was before the algorithm changes, and hopefully I will be making enough money through my YouTube to basically, one, not have to worry about money, two, maybe not have to worry about a full-time job. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not. Again, I'll say this plenty of times. I look forward to the day that I don't have to work outside the home because YouTube, Jerry's YouTube, my YouTube, is making enough money that our bills will be taken care of, and we'll have a little extra money for weekend excursions or getaways or whatever. I've always dreamed, and my cousin is living the dream that I want to live, which is basically have a skill that I can use and go and do Renaissance fairs across the country. Of course, our big dream was to be able to afford to go visit Europe for a month at a time or a couple weeks at a time. Not a month, but at least a good week or two. Visit various places in Europe. I want to visit Ireland, Scotland, well, all of the UK. I want to go see Norway and what was once known as Scandinavia, which is most of the northwestern portion of Europe, which is Norway, Scandinavia, Denmark, northwestern Germany. I like to go back to certain parts of Germany that I saw, just so Jerry Ann, so Jerry Ann can see it. Jerry Ann would like to go to Naples and Greece and areas in the Mediterranean where she's found family. So we have our dreams, we have our plans. Yes, a lot of you will say, sorry, my nose itches. A lot of you will say that it will never happen because of Jerry's spending. Not true. We don't spend like she is currently on a regular basis. She has a budget for her Dollar Tree. Unfortunately, there are times where she goes to a new Dollar Tree and goes over that budget. But for the most part, we do keep to a budget. So we know what we're doing. It might not look like it all the time, but we've got it pretty planned out. Now that we know my paydays and my pay schedule, my pay schedule, and the income, basically, we know that we can start planning to do certain things and pay certain bills at certain times because of my paydays and that kind of thing. So things are starting to pan out, look good, whatever. So that's my video for tonight. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If for those of you who want to try the foods that I'm making, let me know, and I will try to add the ingredients and the recipe and the whatnot to the description. Granted, you might have to come back and look at the description, but I will put it in there if you want me to. You know what? Maybe I'll just put the actual recipe in. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I'll take a picture of the page, so you guys can look at the recipe. But anyhow, I will put that in there. So if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put it in the comment box. If you're not a subscriber and you want to, click on this subscribe button. And then a bell will pop up and you can hit the little bell. And YouTube will let you know when I put in a new video. So, until next time, God bless, good day, have a good night, enjoy, bye.